Hi, and it's Erica with Untamed Soul. I've had a little bit of a hiatus. We had a very beloved family pet, a pit bull named Layla. She was about 14, 15, and she passed away on Tuesday. So my family's been through a bit of a rough couple of days, rough week, really, because we miss her a lot. And I felt like it was a good time, now that I've kind of had some time to clear out some emotions, that I felt like doing a little tarot check-in. It'll probably be more for me, but sometimes even when readings are for ourselves, they sometimes hit the nail on the head for others too. So just gonna do a little check-in, about our heart, our mind, our spirit, our body, and just overall well-being, and we'll see what comes up. So if you feel so drawn to hear this reading, by all means stick around. If not, keep scrolling, and maybe I'll catch you next time. So let's go ahead and get our cards shuffled. So the first card for Matters of the Heart was the Four of Swords, which means needing to take that time to reset and refresh and renew after going through something that has caused you to need to heal and refresh and renew ourselves. When you go through pain or hurt, oftentimes we do need to take time to think it over and to get ourselves right mentally before we can step back out into the world. And I find it interesting that for the matters of the mind, the card that was drawn was the Three of Swords in reverse, which means definitely going through the process of healing. Being in reverse, it is recognized that healing needs to happen, and we see that we are trying to prepare emotionally and mentally to go through healing, especially healing from a loss or a deep blow to our heart, to our feelings, and to something or someone that we've cared for and cared about. For matters of the spirit, we actually have the Six of Pentacles, which tells me that whenever things like this happen, we tend to go through a period of time of wondering, what can I offer and what can I give and what do I have to offer and give to pay remembrance to what we have lost. And also a time of needing to accept love and help and anything that people offer out. Even if that's just condolences from people showing that they care for you. And also, what about this can I grow from spiritually? Anytime you go through some sort of loss, and you go through these stages of grief, there is always an aspect of it that is how you can grow and expand yourself even spiritually when you go through loss and pain from loss or losing someone, or pain of some sort of ending. For matters of the body, we have the Five of Swords in reverse, and I sometimes see this card as the fight or flight mode. You're either in fight or flight mode, and sometimes physically we tend to go into flight mode and seclude whenever we are going through a healing process. You tend to seclude back from the world and and step back from confronting anyone or anything, because we are going through the stages of grief and healing. And so sometimes you might find yourself doing less of the things that you were doing before, like going to the gym or physically interacting with people, stepping away from putting yourself in the forefront and being more in the background. And last but not least, the overall, how are you doing overall? And it's the Two of Swords in reverse, which means, you might still be going through deciding how you feel about being in your world after you have lost what you've lost, and now you're trying to heal and still trying to discover how it is that you feel you can heal best from it. And whenever we see this card in reverse, it often means that you might have gone through that process of deciding what might be best, but actually having to implement it is the next step. So now we're going into this place of needing to implement how we have healed and how we're going to heal, but actually not just thinking about it and saying it out loud and deciding that that's what you need to do, but actually doing it. And what I find interesting is that the cards that were drawn were Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, and then we have the Six of Pentacles in the middle. So there's a lot of swords here. There's a lot of mental healing that needs to take place when going through grief. And I find that they're all in a row like that, which means being in that 1 to 5 stage of the Swords cards, you're still in the early stages of it, which I am, because again, this reading I knew was probably going to be for me, but if it hit somebody else, so if anybody else is dealing with going through grief, this is definitely not my first rodeo with heavy grief. At least this time around it was a dog, but a dog is a family member nonetheless, and my kids have been going through a really hard time, so I find myself needing to heal while staying strong for other people. So I hope if anybody else is going through grief that you are able to go through those stages and heal from whatever you need to heal and come out the other side renewed, and maybe even have had something that you're able to take away from it into the next experiences that you may deal with in your life. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening, and I will catch you again later.